Alright, here we go, people. This is CrazyMan7777 here. This is going to be a little bit of a delicate review, not only because I'm a little bit sick, so I might randomly cough and screw the whole thing up, and also because this is another model tank. This is the Pz.Kpfw.VI Tiger, or Tiger, however you like to pronounce any of those things in whatever order. And this is supposed to be a World of Tanks Tiger. Specifically, I think the PC version, but since the PC version upgraded to HD, and since the Xbox version upgraded to HD, the chassis of this tank is actually a little bit inaccurate, this specific model at least. It's pretty much an Italiari, an Italiari attempt to make a World of Tanks tank, so that's pretty much it. It's in the World of Tanks rollout series of models, and I wanted to show you guys what that looks like. I'm probably not going to get another one for a very specific reason, but I'll talk about that a little bit later, although some of you might be able to notice what it is from here. So first I'll just tell you guys what's different from the World of Tanks version to the real life version that I have in front of me here. It has the same chassis, as you can see, as the World of Tanks version, where they don't have the upgraded fuel line and engine and whatnot. Speaking of engine, you can actually open this compartment and see inside a little bit. There's not really much to see in there, so we'll just leave it at that. Of course, there are hatches in the front, and these hatches in the front are actually the thing that's not accurate. Hatch. Alright, the World of Tanks hatches that are in the front are not these circular ones, as far as I know. I believe they are the same as the Panthers, where later war version, or no, not quite the Panther. I just got that all the way down now. I'm sure that's not it. Let's see if I can find one that has the right shape. Yeah, here's one. Okay, the E50 has somewhat similar thing going on right here, of this kind of shape. That's the kind of shape that the World Tanks one has, I think. As always, I might be a little bit crazy, so don't quote me on anything. And the other thing that you will notice fairly quickly is that it has the classic Tiger Early War L36 instead of the L71 that we usually see. And I think that if you wanted to make a World of Tanks model, you would have picked the fully upgraded one, because it will bother the crap out of most people that actually have the tank in the game, like me, where I see the L36 and I'm like, why can't I have the cool looking gun? But nevertheless, it's still an 88, and it looks nice. So overall, I think it's a nice early war design tank. I think it's nice that they didn't put, I think the one reason why it might be nice that they didn't put the L36, why they put the L36 on there, was because the chassis is early war, so I don't know. And of course, you'll notice that we have the World of Tanks classic emblems. It came with the World of Tanks classic emblems and inscriptions, and I have a couple of them on here. One that may be a little bit too obvious, but one reference to where I got this from the Bovington Tank Museum, which is just called the Tank Museum, apparently, and south in Britain, southwest of Britain. So I had to put 131 on there. That did not come with this set in this particular model in the slightest. So now we will talk about the thing that bothers me the most, the tracks. This particular model had me put each individual track link on with the track, so I absolutely hated that. That was terrifying, and it took a very long time to do. I would not recommend getting this set just because of that. That is a high-level operation, be putting on each individual track. And it also made it so that the way that they didn't give me symmetrical tracks, so now it has unsymmetrical, or it has asymmetrical layout from here to here, and that really pisses the hell out of me. I honestly, rather than having like these nice perfect tracks, I would have rather had them give me the rubber ones from like a set like this, because I'd rather have this than having them not match across the front of the tank. That is more bothersome, in my opinion. But other than that, the MG is supposed to move on the front, and of course you've seen the gun go up and down. Gun can rotate. You can see the gun compartment in here with the all the stuff that I've painted on the inside, and you won't be able to see much of it right now. Maybe you'll get a better view of the engine here. Not really. And I believe all you have to do here is just look at the back a little bit. And we also have like the little moving chains, or I'm still not sure what those are. I think those are attachment points for chains. They're on all the German vehicles, so I guess they probably are. You never know when you're going to need those, so especially the Germans do that, so I'll never leave them. I think total, this was a very hard build. I would give this one like a 7 out of 10. I think the end result is a 10 out of 10. Or actually 9 out of 10, because the tracks really bother me, but the design of the tracks is really nice. Just the asymmetricalness is very bothersome in my opinion. But anyway, putting together this thing was one hell, so I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 because the process is usually supposed to be the most fun building these, and I had a lot of fun building every other set that every other one of these tanks, and this one was not the fun one. The end was the fun for this one, and that shouldn't really be the way that it is. I appreciate seeing what things look like at the end, but the longest part of it was not fun. And the last thing to end it off with, the instructions actually tried to get me to put the light that's right here over here, and I actually had to manufacture my own hole so that would actually be in the right spot that it is in World of Tanks. So that was my own ingenuity. I almost put it right here. You can see the hole. This is where it's supposed to go. It came with only one, which is how it is in World of Tanks, and it came with 2 holes that you're supposed to make in the back, but I had to make my own hole, and I'm getting all stuffed up now, so I'm just gonna end with that. It's a nice look. It's a nice look, but it took a lot of time, and I didn't like that. I like the process. Alright. I'll see you guys next time.